Hello there. This is an astrological forecast for Taurus for October 2010. This also applies if you have a Taurus ascendant. Well, my Taurians, Venus, your ruling planet, goes retrograde this month on the 13th of October until the 18th of November. So this Venus retrograde is probably going to affect you quite intensely. It's going to affect your finances because Venus rules our money and our relationships. So these two issues are coming under focus for this month, as well as many planets in your 6th house this month, so your work is going to be under focus. There may be a change of work, a change of workplace, a change in your environment. You may need to communicate more at your work. You may need to find work that is more satisfying and more fulfilling to you on a deeper way. It's time to reevaluate your work situation. Many of you have already been doing this, I do know that, Taurus, but maybe you need to go a little deeper as to see whether you are being fulfilled. It's not enough just to be making money. There needs to be more to life than this. I know many of you are struggling with the money and having tight money situations, and particularly with Venus going retrograde, this would not be a time to get into debt. This would not be a time to go out and buy nice jewellery and nice clothes, anything like that. If you do, however, because I know Taurus, you can be tempted to do this, make sure you keep all the receipts and guarantees and anything connected with your purchase if you make it during this Venus retrograde. So with a lot of planets in this 6th house, it's time for you to think about how you can be of service, how you can make a valuable contribution in your workplace. Really think about how you can go the extra mile, how you can give extra value, because this is the time to do it. This is when the planetary forces are with you in order for you to feel more valued and more appreciated in your workplace. It will come under sharp focus. Now, I do know we've got Saturn there as well in that house of work for the next couple of years. So many of you are experiencing endings, completions, difficulties sometimes with finding employment. It may be erratic. You may find that you need to look for temporary work or part-time work, or maybe do a couple of different jobs. Try not to be too rigid with Saturn in that house. I know, Taurus, sometimes you like to know where you're up to. You like this degree of certainty. You're probably not going to have that certainty, so try your best to go with the flow. We do have Mercury and the Sun in that house for much of this month, so you will be able to shine in the house of work. Do go for it a little bit more, and you may find that something good comes back to you, especially if it's in the area of maybe volunteering and helping. This may well lead you to your future vocation and career in some way. It will just shine a light for you. Relationships, boy, they're under sharp focus. We've got Venus and Mars conjunct in your 7th house of relationships for the first week of the month. So those of you looking for a relationship, boy, this could be a good time to find a deep relationship. However, I've got to caution you against the backdrop of that, which is this Venus retrograde starting on the 13th of the month until November 18th, which means that if you do get into a relationship this month, please don't make too many commitments. Don't go too deeply into it, because once Venus goes direct on November 18th, you may find that it isn't quite what you thought it was, and you may want to, in fact, get out of this relationship. So be careful about that, but certainly a good time to put energy into your relationships. Be a good time for you to come across very charming and very lovely. So if you need to charm somebody, this would be the month to do it. There's a lot happening in your spiritual area. You're thinking about your direction in life. Many of you may be delving into astrology and the metaphysical arts even more. Uranus, Jupiter in your 11th house of friendship. This means some upheaval maybe in your friendships, some changes going on, and you may find that you have upheaval and change in all your relationships simply because of this Venus retrograde. So a lot of change happening in your work and your relationships, and you do need to reevaluate your finances. I will be doing a separate video on this Venus retrograde recommending what you should do and what's best to avoid during this time. Website, my information for you. You might just want 10 minutes or a half hour or a full hour's reading. I'd be delighted to hear from you, or you could have a question. A one question offer for $25, which I respond to in an email of up to 150 words. So thank you very much for listening, and I wish you a great month. Bye for now.